What's up, you guys? Welcome to my workout. Today is February the 14th, 2024. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm not going to go as long as I did yesterday. Sorry, I got a little chatty and tied up in the details. But yeah, I'm in a rush. I got to get on with my Valentine's Day, as I'm sure you do. So I'm just going to whip through this really fast. Yesterday I did my version of a deadlift. And so I'm going to be doing a version of a single-armed dumbbell clean and press that works for my body. I have shoulder mobility issues that I'm hoping to resolve soon. But even if I didn't do them, and there was a time when my shoulders were much better than they are now, and I still did this exercise because of the rotational aspect or some of the torsional forces that it would impose on me and that I would have to impose on it. I'll try to explain that as I go forward. But once again, this is my actual workout. This is not a tutorial. It's not intended as an instructional or recommendation to do likewise. I'm just going to explain to you what I do and why I do it. But if you decide to try any of this on your own, it's at your own discretion, please. Okay, let's go. By the way, this is day 4 of peptides, and I know it's too soon. It could be a placebo, but usually just getting down to my knee to give that little intro, it doesn't feel good, but today I'm feeling better. Yesterday I was really sore. I was wondering if the peptides were making me worse. My heels, my feet were burning. But anyway, I'm going to shut up and let's get going. Okay, so here's what it looks like. I'm going to start, still getting used to this. This is my new power block set that Power Block was kind enough to send to me. All right. This handle, it's 12.5 pounds. So I'm just going to warm up with this. I'm just going to show you what this looks like. I want my hips low. I'm not going to have it centered on my midline. It's just right below whatever shoulder I'm grabbing on with. Offhand is outside, like so. I'm trying to catch it in a rotation, and from here, pressing it straight up. Bringing it back. Let's go the other side. Getting this under my right shoulder. Left hand is set accordingly. When I bring this off the floor, I'm not thinking of pulling this weight. I am thinking of accelerating my upper chest. All right. One more time on this side. And here. I just want to reiterate, prior to starting to rolling tape, I didn't do any warm-up. I didn't do any cardio, foam rolling, stretching. When I say this is my workout, it includes the warm-up. And the warm-up is just a lighter version or variation of whatever exercise I'm going to do. All right. So this set comes with 2 handles, 12.5 and 20 pounds, and I'll try to explain why in a moment. Here we go. Okay. Let's let's add some weight. So that was a 20-pound handle. I'm going back to the 12.5-pound handle. Each of these plates, we'll call them, weigh 15 pounds. So when I add one of them, brings everything up to 27.5 pounds according to the little key here, because that's too much math for me. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna set my hips low, take out the slack in my shoulder. I'm not thinking of pulling this, I'm thinking of driving or elevating my hips and my upper chest. If I do that, everything else goes well. One more time on each side. All right. So the two handles, the purpose is to allow me to go up in small increments. The old system used to have these cylinders that you could actually micro load the handles with, but they've moved away from that. And that's cool. All right. Okay, so now I'm up to 35 pounds. Once again, always making sure I take all the slack out of this, so when I exert mostly through my left leg, I don't bleed any energy. Here we go. Take the slack out. Also make sure my bell is right under my shoulder. Okay. Rather than doing another rep on each side with that weight, I'm just gonna... Oh, I'm getting all confused here. Let's put this in. Grab this guy. Okay, so now that was just 35 pounds that I did. So according to the handy key, I'm now at 42.5 pounds. All right. Okay, that felt pretty okay. Once again, I'm not going to explain too much because we all got to get in for Valentine's Day. So if you have questions about this, just leave them in the comments and I will do my best to answer later on. Okay. So I'm at 50 pounds now. All right, let's see what 50 looks like. All right, felt good. One more time here. Okay, I'm gonna take a slightly longer break because for me this is starting to get a little heavy. So on the break, I'm gonna explain to you, I'm just gonna demonstrate here. When I have a weight that's offset from my midline, if I lift it up and it has its way with me or it does what it wants to do, it is actually trying to do this to me. It is trying to rotate me. So, and as I'm adding acceleration to it, it's wanting to do this to me even more. So I have this interesting dynamic of my lower body, the energy that my lower body is exerting or being applied into this weight. My core and upper body have to, in a way, counter this force that's being produced by the other half of my body. And that's what I love so much about this. So I am having to what's called anti-rotate or not allow this to happen. So if I'm driving off the floor, this is what could happen, but we're here and we're doing this and not letting this occur. And that's why I like single-armed offset movements so much. And then as I'm coming up to here, as if I drive off, in this case, this is also a kind of a unilateral exercise in that my left leg, in this case, I'm standing on both of them, but most of my force is being generated in the left hemisphere of my body. So as I'm driving off my left and the bell comes up and over, it is now outside my body, center of gravity, whatever you want to call it. So it's applying torque into me. And yes, this might look like a dangerous thing to be in an extended, twisted position. That's why I don't recommend this for others, but this is what I've been doing a long time. And in my experience, these kind of forces get applied, much worse has been applied to me in this fashion. So I train for that. Okay, so anyway, I think I've had a long enough break. Let's go a little heavier. All right, so I'm at 50. Let's go. Okay, 57.5 pounds. Making sure that it's equalized. It doesn't drift on me when I launch it. Left wrist isn't like that. A little bit of bone on bone there. Hopefully that'll improve in the coming weeks, magically. Okay, let's go to this side. By the way, as I'm pushing here, a very strong anchoring force off of this leg. I mean, glute cramp kind of stuff. So this force is traveling diagonally through my body. That's another thing I like about this. The launch is almost entirely my right leg. But once I'm here, this force is now going contralateral through my body, and I have to create a very strong platform, a hard glute squeeze, and when I'm coming up here, whew, it's very good. All right, let's bring that up. And this is starting to get heavy for me, so we'll see where I end up. I'm telling you that because it might get a little ugly, but that should be fun too. All right, so according to the handy key here, I'm at 65 pounds. Make sure it's right under me. Okay. Sun is going down. Let's go one more time. Okay. Wow. Okay. These are feeling all right, so one more plate. And we'll go back to the 12.5-pound handle. Okay, so I've been starting on my left side since I began the workout, but my right side is actually more limited. I got some surgery here that's very old, and so I'm going to prioritize my energy reserves by starting on the right side first. What does this thing weigh? 72.5 pounds. Okay. Okay, and from here, I'm just gonna take this down slow, because having your spine in an extended, rotated position with all this weight here and getting tired with it, it's not a good idea to just try to dump it off, because that counter rotation that might not work out well. And I was getting that sense, so no shame in just bringing it down with two hands. Okay, and my left leg. What made that happen was bracing hard. When this got difficult, I didn't push harder here, I pushed harder here. I made everything just locked it down as hard as I could. Okay. Left side. And that's why they put these handles here for those situations. You can do other things with them as well, but whew, okay. That's about as heavy as I should go with that today. Like I said, this is my actual workout. I'm not abbreviating it, just on account that I'm doing this presentation for you guys. And by the way, if you're still here, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And once again, I don't recommend anything I do here because there is risk involved. But I hope some of the principles that I might discuss, at the very least, would be interesting and hopefully helpful to you. All right. So, I'm gonna move this out of the way.